play in that second half.
Yeah, but before we start to talk about the second half, to be honest, we have to talk about the first half, and we killed ourselves in the moments when we have the ball. So many situations where we easily lose the ball, then not the energy in the highest level in our counter press, our rest defense not in a good organization, and then the goals which we concede. This is then big mistakes from our side, from the whole team. It's not only individual, from the whole team. And then we changed a little bit our structure, then to play with two strikers and Emil as a 10, and then we tried everything in the second half. But to be honest, we have to learn immediately from our first half today.
Show here.
Good evening, Coach. This is my name is Willie Monroy from Willie 11 Sport from New York. What happened with the New York Red Bull tonight? I know it's DC United is a tough team, but something wrong with the New York.
Yeah, that's true, especially the first half. So we started, I would say, the first couple of minutes very dominant. We have a lot of situations, the ball, but then the final pass when we went in the final third, we didn't play forward, and it was not aggressive enough in our runs. It was not aggressive enough in our passing forward. And after that, then to lose the ball, this is what I said directly after the first question, what I answered. And then it's difficult then when DC United against a good team, especially in their transition moments, and the goal which we concede, the first goal, we can clear the situation very, very clean and very aggressive in these moments. We didn't do that. And the second goal, which we concede, second post, and not strong enough, not in the duel in our box defending. And this is what we have to learn in general, our principles in all phases, especially. This is what we have seen in the first half, and this was not good. And the mentality in the second half was good. Yeah, when we talked about the second half, then we tried everything. We had some moments where we can also create more chances when we are especially on the side with our crosses and our aggressive runs in the box position. But this is what we have to learn. And the good point is that we have the next week directly a next home game, and to show our principles at the beginning till the end.
Next, go to Michael.
Coach, just looking at some past results, lost tonight against DC United, who's been struggling out the gate. Lost to New England, too. You guys are the first win of the season. The wins, Nashville, who you guys dominated them, and they're higher than you right now. Chicago, you were the first time that they'd ever lost on the road. Does New York have an issue right now of playing down to competition?
No, we don't have an issue about that. We have to think about in general what we need in our principles, what we need in our energy level, and in our intensity. This is what we need, and so this is now our third lost game this season. This was in the first game in Cincinnati. Then we lost against New England. Now, first home game which we lost today against DC United. This is what we have to learn. The last two games we got 4 points, but at the end is this when we are talking about this game, especially in the first half, this is what we have to talk in general, not only for this game, in general, what we need in our principles.
Next one, Andres.
Hey, Coach. Talk about Cameron Harper after coming back from the injury. How is his performance?
Who?
Cameron Harper.
Yeah.
After coming back from the injury, how you?
Yeah, it was good. He's an important player for us, especially with his runs, with his speed, and it was a little bit unlucky because then the injury of Dylan Nealis, then we have to move his position then as a right back, and but for the first game now in the starting lineup after his injury was okay.
Next, go to Roger.
Hi, Coach. What did you say to the team at halftime?
Yeah, it was not very emotional at the end, to be honest. It was more to change the structure and in our tactical point. To believe, that's also then important when you are down 2-0, to believe that we are able. And it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago against Chicago, so it was 1-0 for Chicago, and we changed the result. And this is what our message was. From the mental side in the halftime, but most of the time we talked about our tactical points, about the tactical structure which we changed.
Next, go to Gary.
Hey, Coach, you talked about principles, of course, and trying to adapt to them. But for the last couple of games, we see those principles fall flat. What is it? What's with the team? Is something missing? Is that has to do with personnel? Has to do with mental errors? What the case may be? Because for a team like yours, that is obviously better than what you see on paper. That's why you play the games. But I'm seeing the same mistakes over and over again. So the question is,
Yeah,
what would you have
yeah.
to do during your training to translate into what's on the field? I know that's very difficult,
Yeah.
but from the fans' eye, this is simply not good enough.
Yeah, but we have also now to be careful. We have to be careful now because the last home game, this was our first home game which we lost in this season. But I agree that we are not satisfied, especially with the first half. But we can do. But I don't want to make now a big mistake and only to think about and to talk about now a big picture. Oh, we have so many problems or something like that. No, it's very simple at the end to change. But we have to talk tomorrow. What we need. That's clear. And then the whole trainings week but we are practice all our principles during the trainings week, and they showed also the last trainings week very well. And this is what we need. But when it's match day, then when you make easy mistakes and then directly to be ready in our counter press, this is what we need. This is the energy. This is our principle. This is the intensity. So you can do mistakes. I'm pretty sure last season we did do the same mistakes at the end. We did do the same mistakes in home games or on the road. But this is what we directly need when we are doing the mistakes, when we lose the ball easily. So and then directly in our counter press to be ready, to be very, very aggressive. This is what we need. So and then I'm pretty sure, and we have seen this in this season as well in so many games. So, but in this first half, we are very disappointed. I'm very frustrated about that, to be honest. And yeah, we know about how important the game was today for our supporters as well. So, but sometimes that can happen. But we have to come back, and we have to come back stronger. That's our job.
Next, go to Daniel Uribe.
How you doing, Sandro? Any potential update on Dylan Nealis, who left the game in the first half?
I don't know. We will see. So we will check him tomorrow, and then I can give you an update during the next week. But now, at this moment, I don't know.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Coach. First, we'll go to Andres.
Hey, Coach, do you think the referee at the first half, any comments about the referee performance affect any of the games
No.
of the results?
No, I don't want to waste my time about that because this was not a reason today. The referee or something like that. We have to talk about our behavior, our principles, but not to talk about the referee today. No.
And then finally, we'll go right over here.
Hey, Coach, Gene Barbieri from Center Field Marist. I was wondering, you talked about aggression levels, and you talked a lot about the first half. At the end of the second half, final 15 minutes or so, there were lots of open opportunities in the middle of the pitch. I was wondering, how can you address that moving forward, the missed opportunities coming from the middle of the field in front of the net?
Yeah, of course, when you are down 2-1 in the last 10-15 minutes, but then you have to play clean and to play very fast. This is what we need, and especially then also in the first half when it's 0-0. And so when you make the mistakes, what I said, and the last 15 minutes, I would say we had then a lot of moments, especially on the side, and then you have to go with all your confidence then in these 1-against-1, or to bring the ball in the box and then to be ready in our box positions, to be ready then in our rest defense and when we lose the ball, and this is then was not good today.
Carlos, ¿qué tal que opinas del partido? ¿Qué salió mal? ¿Qué crees tú qué faltó para poder por lo menos conseguir un punto en el día de hoy?
Creo que faltó todo. Yo creo que inaceptable como jugamos, como empezamos el primer tiempo, y no es la primera vez. Creo que sufrimos mucho cuando empezamos el partido así. Yo creo que tenemos que poner más energía. Yo creo que jugando en casa tiene un poco más de intensidad. No sé, jugar un poco más con la pelota. Si nos quedamos con la pelota, DC no iba a crear tanto. Entonces yo creo que crearon tanto que forzaron a nosotros a cometer errores. Entonces creo que tenemos que empezar mejor.
How difficult is it to position yourself when somebody scores a bicycle kick goal because their back is to you? How difficult is that to prepare for?
No, I think we know exactly how DC play, and we prepared that in the week. But it's what I say. I think we started slow in the game. I think this create many situations for us to do a mistake, and then yeah, we made a mistake today. And then they scored 2 goals because we started low. I think not with the right energy, intensity. Then it's, for sure it's hard to defend in 3 second balls. Everything's hard if you don't put the right energy.
It's 2 weeks in a row now that you said that you guys kind of started slow in that first half. How do you kind of fix that? Is that just a mental thing? Is there anything you guys have to do in training heading into Montreal?
Yeah, I think it's more everyone have to take the responsibility and improve himself. I think I put myself also. I think every play. We cannot say one play played like very well today, but I think the whole group was not good enough. And yeah, this is what I have to improve, like in more individual and also like a team. Is what I say. You have to keep more the ball, have to show ourselves in the pressure situations, and then I think many things to improve. And then we analyze tomorrow this game, and then for sure we'll find the solutions. But yeah, we need to show a reaction also for us first, and also for the fans.
Obviously, it's a derby today. Was there any disappointment that you guys came out in that type of way in a big game like this for the fans?
No, for sure. We have to say sorry for the fans. I think it was a great today to see the many fans in the stadium, and yeah, it's what they say, was not good enough, and DC deserve to win because I think we start slow, we don't have the right intensity, and you have to improve these points, and then I think we start to perform us better and to have a chance also to win games.
How difficult was it to deal? Benteke goes down early in the game. Was there anything different in how DC approached the game from there that was difficult to adjust to?
No, for sure, you know, like the Benteke is a key player from DC, for sure. And then when he goes out, for sure, you like, I don't mean like happy because he was injured, but we have like not comfortable also, but we know like they miss a key player, and then for sure for us like have to use this point, but I think we don't lose because they still score like with a long ball, first touch, second touch, and they score. Then I think this is what we have to improve also. You know, I think maybe if Benteke stay in the game, it should be better for us. Maybe we stay more alert in the game. But yeah, I think it's more us than. It's more us, like have to look more like how we have to play and improve, and if DC make like the game what they always make. You know.
Has it been a challenge for you as a goalkeeper to kind of, play in front of all the different setups that you've had in the back four, the back five, multiple center backs coming in, changing in and out? Has there been any difficulty to that, or have you been okay with that?
No, I'm fine with that. I think we have very good players, also defenders. About center backs, we have many good players in the squad, and yeah, it's a matter if you play with the back five, back three, back four. But it's what they say. We have to change like the intensity, how we play, and then for sure we start to have a better performance.
Last question.
You just talked about intensity. Coach also just talked about the intensity levels and the slow start. What actually needs to be done in the locker room to sort of shift gears and play with more intensity? What actually needs to be done?
Yeah, this is what we have to analyze and to find a solution for that, because we don't understand why you play like that in the last games. And tomorrow for sure we'll have a conversation about that, because like we cannot accept like have many games with no intensity, with the right mentality, and then yeah, for sure like when we talk about intensity is also in the press moments, also when you have the ball, like show, play and goal, like we train that every week, but we have to make in the games, and then for sure we'll talk about that tomorrow and find solutions.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you guys.
Talk a little bit about the first half. What happened mentally during some of the mishaps with the passes in the midfield?
Yeah, we didn't well. I think it's too early to analyze that, so we are going to wait tomorrow and have a long video session to learn about with our mistakes.
John Hunt with Football 365. Coach in the previous press conference talked a lot about energy in the games where you play against a team that maybe isn't as good as you are on the field. How do you pick up that energy? How do you make it better for the team?
Yeah, I think we need more energy. In this game, we need a lot more energy, but that happens. Sometimes we are better, sometimes we are worse. So we have to learn about our mistakes, and that's all.
Felipe, ¿cómo puedes analizar esta derrota de local ante DC United? ¿Por dónde crees que pasó? ¿Por qué no lo pudieron dar vuelta?
Creo que, como dijo él, faltó bastante energía, sobre todo en la primera parte. Y bueno, como también dije anteriormente, es muy temprano para analizarlo, todavía estamos con la cabeza muy caliente, pero lo que pudimos ver es eso, que nos faltó mucha energía y hacer las cosas como nosotros sabemos. Creo que cometimos muchos errores.
Por lo que se vio dentro del campo de juego, ¿merecían más?
Quizás en la segunda parte. En el primer tiempo creo que el resultado fue justo o incluso podíamos haber recibido un gol más, pero en la segunda parte quizás merecíamos haber empatado.
Les costaba en el segundo tiempo ese toque contigo atrás a la defensa, tratando de buscar los huecos. Se cerró bien el DC United y no encontraron de ninguna manera la forma de poder de alguna manera marcar ese tanto del empate que les hubiese servido para sumar.
Sí, creo que ellos lo hicieron muy bien. Nosotros tratamos mucho de ensanchar la cancha para que ellos se muevan, pero ellos lo defendieron muy bien. Así es el fútbol, el otro rival también juega y pese a nuestros intentos también quedó claro que ellos hicieron las cosas, hicieron su trabajo como tenía que ser, hicieron 2 goles y después se metieron atrás y es parte del fútbol.
Te quería preguntar porque se vio en este primer tiempo, en la jornada de hoy, que Carlos Coronel tuvo que aparecer en un par de ocasiones, lo viene haciendo a lo largo de la temporada, es un golero también de selección. ¿Cuál es tu opinión en relación a él y estos tiempos que llevas compartiendo con Carlos?
Sí, como dijiste, no fue solo en la primera parte, creo que viene haciéndolo en varios partidos, demuestra la clase de golero que es, de selección, y a mí me ha sorprendido mucho el nivel que tiene, porque antes no lo conocía, pero ahora que compartimos día a día sabemos de lo que es capaz.
¿Cómo crees que puede cambiar esta situación?
No, todavía es temprano, creo que todavía faltan muchos partidos, pero obviamente tenemos que mejorar bastante, somos muy conscientes de eso, entonces nada, mañana a entrenar de nuevo y después mentalizarnos para lo que viene.
Carlos dijo que sea posible que el equipo se relajó después que Benteke salió. ¿Estás de acuerdo?
No, creo que sí es un gran jugador, pero el otro jugador que entró también lo hizo muy bien. Nosotros sí habíamos preparado mucho las marcas sobre él. No creo que nos hayamos relajado, como dije, fue algo general de todo el partido y bueno, hay que aprender de eso.